If In Your Fantasy by Ateez was a dish, I think it would look something like this.
This is my recipe for red wine braised Korean short ribs inspired by the vampy red wine imagery from the music video. I started by chopping up all the produce for the sauce and adding it to my blender, and I then set that aside for later. I filled my Dutch oven and a small pot with some water and treated myself to a little drink while I waited for that to come to a boil. When that was ready, I added my thawed short ribs to the Dutch oven one at a time and made up the stock for this recipe by using a half packet of dashi granules and then some dried kelp. When that was ready a little while later, I ladled a bit of it into a measuring cup and threw it back into the blender as well and combined everything until it was really nice and creamy smooth. I parboiled the short ribs for about 10 minutes and drained them, and then gave them a quick rinse under some cool water to get all of those nasties off. I also was sure to cut them down to size and add some shallow cuts on both sides before I threw them back into the pot with the rest of my stock, some soy sauce, merlot, garlic, ginger, pepper, sesame oil, and brown sugar. I covered it, let it simmer for about an hour and a half. While that was going, I made sure to wash my rice thoroughly. You can see how many times I rinsed this stuff. I was thorough about it. Anyways, once that was done, I got that started, and cut to an hour and a half later, I skimmed the fat from the top of the short ribs and dished them up over some white rice. Once those were all plated up, I was sure to garnish them with some sesame seeds and then some fresh scallions, and this recipe came together really easily. It was super rich and flavorful and not too sweet despite all the fruit in it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and tag me if you try it.